Hi! Have you ever had a question about the world? Like what plants need to grow or how to blow bigger bubbles? There is a way to find the questions or the answer to these and other questions that is what scientists call the scientific method. If you use it, you can be a scientist too. The scientific method is a way to ask and answer questions by making observations and doing experiments. There are six simple steps to follow. First, you ask a question or identify the problem you would like to solve. Second, make observations and do research about your topic. Observation means to study carefully. All right. Once you have observed and researched your problem, you are ready for step three, form a hypothesis. A hypothesis is an educated guess about how something works. In order to be useful, a hypothesis needs to be testable. This means that you can actually test it and see whether it's true or not. After you have your hypothesis, move on to step four, design an experiment and test your hypothesis. When designing an experiment, guys, you must be sure to only test one thing at a time. You can do this by making sure that only you change one thing or a variable in each experiment. Everything else must remain the same. All right. Once you have completed your experiment, you analyze your data. All right? You analyze the result of your experiment and try to figure out what happened. Finally, using your data, you can draw a conclusion, and if your conclusion did not support or agree with your hypothesis, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it was a bad experiment. Using the information from your first experiment, you may need to form a new hypothesis and create a new question to test it, of course. Even if your conclusion does not support your hypothesis, you have to test it again and begin the scientific process all over again. The scientific method is a step by step way to solve problems and answer questions logically. Thanks to the scientific method, many important discoveries had been made about our world. But many unanswered questions remain. Would you like to help answer them? You can! Just remember to be scientific. You ask a question, you make observation, you form a hypothesis, you conduct an experiment, you analyze the data, and draw a conclusion. Please remember the steps of the scientific method. Our dear students of Mentari Intercultural School Grand Surya. And that is all for today. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys. Bye bye.